Hello everyone, welcome to the Strategy Meeples YouTube channel. I'm Kapil and today we'll be looking at a game of Castles of Burgundy that I played recently. Also Happy New Year. I think this is the first video I recorded this year, so yeah, it's been extremely busy, but I'm happy to play some more castles. And yeah, I've also signed up for the new tournament that's happening, the Castles of Burgundy Experts and Above tournament. I think, yeah, that is starting tomorrow. So there's 32 players who have signed up. So really looking forward to this tournament and see how everybody does. I think I'm still going through the games from the previous tournament, like replay analysis. But at some point, I will also start covering games from this tournament, including my own games as I complete those games. So look forward to recording those. And let's get into the video for today. So today I have a specific game picked out. I think this is a live. I'm not sure if this was a live or turn-based game, but it has like an interesting ending, so I just wanted to show it. So let's get into the game. Let's see. Trying to see. Okay, this is the 2019 edition of the game, and I think it's identical board for both players. Okay, enable my audio. This. Okay. So my opponent is also on the same board. And we both decide to start the game at the same position, that is right in the middle, which is, I think, a pretty strong position to start on this board number 6. Some other good places to start, I would say. I actually have never started at the bottom. I probably play like a game, just a trial game to see how it plays out. But like 99% of the times I'll start in the middle. Some rare cases you can start at the top. But I think this one just gives you a lot more options. Okay, so let's see. So I'm player number... I'm player number 1. And I roll a 1 and a 4. And our opponent, Gav, is board, is player 2, and they roll a 3 and a 5. And there's 2 water that showed up. So water is really important on board number 6 because you have this huge river that's flowing through the center of your board, kind of through the center of your board. And whoever controls this river kind of controls all the good tiles throughout the game. There are games where I've lost to players who have ignored water, but that's very rare, and they have like done really well in terms of animals or yellow tiles, or gotten really lucky with their buildings. But yeah, an important strategy tip for this board is always try to compete with your opponent on water. Just don't let it go. Okay, let's see. So 1 and a 4. So I think for me, just picking up both the waters makes the most sense. I actually got lucky in this case that a mine showed up in the black market too. So if our opponent doesn't go for both the mines, I have an opportunity to pick up that mine. There's also yellow tile number 12, which I might be tempted to go for. But the downside is I would need like a connection, something like this, or something like this. I don't know, maybe something like this to even place that yellow tile. So it's not that lucrative to me right now. Your opponent with a 3 and a 5. So they could just pick up this mine and then sell a good and pick up the other mine. I think that could be a solid move. So they actually end up going for the castle. They pick up a mine from the board and then they pick up a castle. I don't know how I feel about that move because, I mean, yeah, that is a strong, castle is a good tile, but in this case, they could have gotten away with both the mines, and I think that's just too strong to give up. Give up on, plus both the silver that they spend to get the mine, like they would have had 2 silver and they would spend it to get 2 mines. And if they place like both the mines, they would be getting like 2 silver consistently for the rest of the game. And if they pick up another mine, then they are just finishing that color before me way in advance. So that would have been a huge lead for them. Okay, 2 and a 2 for me. So I sell goods. I probably pick up the mine here. I think I should pick up the mine. Yeah, because they can still pick up the mine if they want to, so I don't want to give them that opportunity. And with the 2, I think I'll just take workers. There's nothing else I can do. Our opponent with a 1 and a 2. So they can start working on some buildings at this point. They want to definitely try and place this castle. So I would maybe even place the mine over here and maybe pick up the market or something. That's an option. Okay. That's a good move, I think. Okay, for me, 3 and a 2. So 3 is perfect for me. That gives me 2 options to place the mine. I think I'm going to go top because another strategy tip for castles is you want to finish these small regions first rather than trying to go for the big regions, because you get more points early on. Like in phase A, you get 10 points for completing a region compared to phase C when you get 6 and phase E when you get 2. So to maximize this bonus, you want to finish like these small regions as soon as possible. So let's see what I do. Okay, and with the 2, I just take workers. I think I don't want to pick up yellow tile number 21 because I'll need a connection through here. Or yeah, I just prefer workers right now. Opponent with a 2 and a 2. Okay, so they sell good. They do pick up yellow tile number 12, which is good. But you need to remember that you're getting close to phase B and you need to have 2 silver ideally in your supply, and 2 plus workers is good. 2 plus workers. So they are not that close right now. They are at 0. Well, they're going to get 1 silver from this and then they need to sell a good. And they rolled a 6, so I think they are in good condition. 4 and a 5 for us. Okay, so I think at this point we can start placing our water. Could even pick up this. The warehouse is tempting to me. Okay, so I'll pick up the double goods. I think I should pick up the warehouse. Okay. The reason the warehouse is so strong in this case is because even I need to sell a good to get to 2 silver in phase B. And the warehouse is letting me do that. And on top of that, the spots that I'm looking to place this warehouse are either this 4, because it will give me that connection to this mine and this castle later on, or this 6, because it will give me connection to that castle above. So it's a really good pickup. I like this building a lot in these edge cases when you just need like that 1 silver, and plus it gives you a good connection on the board. So why would you pass up on that? Okay, our opponent with the 5 and a 6. So this move is interesting. I wouldn't have done this. What I would have done instead is I probably would have placed the market. I mean, sure, if you want to place the castle, yeah, place the market, take the animal, that's fine. And then if you place the castle, then I probably would have placed yellow tile number 12, because yellow tile number 12 is such a strong tile. And the thing with these utility tiles is their value, it's useless in your storage. You want it on your board as soon as you can. So whenever I pick up these tiles, I don't hold it in my storage for too long. I just try to put it as soon as possible. In this case, our opponent had a 5 and a 6. So they could have placed the market here, and with the 5, they could have even gone and placed yellow tile number 12. I think that would have been a stronger move in my opinion. And then next round, they would have rolled a 2 and a 4. So they could have placed the castle, sold a good, and taken workers. Just an alternate line. 1 and a 2 for us. Okay. So I think I think I'm going to have to spend 2 workers here, because I need to place, I guess I could place the warehouse over here with the 1. And with the 2, I could place the water down here and pick up some goods. I think I need to place the warehouse first. That is also an option, but the thing with that is now I'm spending 2 workers, so I don't know if I should do that or not. Yeah, I think Yeah, I'm just leaning towards putting it over there because I want to complete this region in phase B anyway. So I'm definitely going to pick up a building for the 6th spot. So it's not as bad putting this tile over there on the left. Okay. Right, so that's what I do. So far I've sold ones and fives, so I need like 2, 3, and I have 2, 3s and 4s. So I only need 6 to be to sell like each type of good if tile number 15 shows up. Our opponent with a 2 and a 4. So I guess they could place the carpenter's work. Let's see what they do. I'm not sure because they could even go to this 2 spot. Huh. They still need to sell a good, remember, because they need to have 2 silver going into a new round ideally. Okay, so they're picking up yellow tiles, but they're actually, yeah, this, I wouldn't have made that move because now you have 0 workers and on top of that you have only 1 silver, so you cannot immediately buy from the black market. On top of that, you're going into a new round with 3 tiles in your storage. That really limits your options. And in phase B is one of the strongest rounds in the game to have like an empty storage because that's when the utility tiles are still pretty relevant. That's where the scoring tiles can start be really enticing for you, and that's when like the water competition is still pretty strong. So you always want to have room for picking up these good tiles rather than block your storage with unneeded tiles. Okay, so 6 and a 6 for us. I definitely need 1 water out of these 3 to maintain my first position. Our opponent, I don't think they are going to pick up both the water, even if I let them. Like, I don't think they are going to discard these tiles. And I do like the mine. I really like yellow tile number 26, so hopefully I get it. Let's see. Okay, I go for the church. Place the church, pick up the mine. Oh, I wonder if I can get away by being greedy here because I could pick up the church, place the church, take the mine, and then with the other 6, I could just take yellow tile number 26 and not pick up a single water. Maybe that is an option. Okay, that's what we do. The reason that is really good for me, I think, is because our opponent cannot easily take 3 water over here. They have like a blocked storage. Plus, the only other good tiles I see on the board right now is the castle and yellow tile number 13. And our opponent is far away from placing their next castle. So I'm in no rush to pick up a castle. We only need 1 water to get a connection down here, and we already have a connection over here. So we can take this castle at our own time. Okay, our opponent with a 1 and a 5. Okay, then they sell goods. Okay. 2 and a 4 for us. I think that works out great because I could take the castle, place the castle, pick up one of these waters. That's an option. Okay, and then we pick up a town hall with that castle. That's okay. So I didn't pick up any water. I think because of the same logic, like our opponent cannot pick up any of these water right away. Not only do they have 0 workers, but they also have a full storage. So they'll have to discard tiles to pick up this water on the board. Town Hall is a great tile. Town Hall is really strong in like the first couple. It's actually strong at all phases of the game because it's giving you a free action and it can really give you good connections across the board. Okay. In this case, the place where I'm looking to place this town hall is this spot on 4. I probably want to just place the town hall, place the mine right here, and then probably pick up another water. Okay, let's see what our opponent does with a 3 and a 6. So they take workers and then they place the church over there. Now, I would much rather prefer if they would have like taken workers with the 6 and used the 3 to place it over here, because that way you are getting connection to something new. This way you are only getting connection to this building spot, which I don't think is that strong. So another thing that I would have done differently. 2 and a 2 for us. The question is, do we spend 2 workers to place the town hall, or do we just place the mine and then take the water? Okay, so let's see what we do with our 2 and 2. Okay, so we place yellow tile number 26. Oh yeah, that's right, because we did roll a 2. So with the other 2, I can just pick up this water. Okay, that's pretty good. And our opponent with a 1 and a 2. So they place yellow tile number 13, and then did they buy a tile? Yes, they buy a tile and then they place it immediately. Okay. So we have a 3 and a 4. Another thing to point out is that by having yellow tile number 13, you're going to want to take a lot of workers, and you also take a boarding house, which isn't ideal because it's a pretty strong tile. It's giving you workers, but you also want to take workers with yellow tile number 13. So that's kind of like you're getting the same benefit, but in different ways. So it's not the best combo. Like either focus on the boarding house or focus on yellow tile number 13. Like I wouldn't pick up the boarding house if I have yellow tile number 13 ideally. Just something else to point out. Okay, so 3 and a 4 for us. So waiting a turn to place the town hall paid off because we got the perfect roll, and we also got the perfect roll for placing the mine if we want to. So let's see what we do. 3 and a 4. Okay, so I sell some goods with the... I actually don't even need to sell goods because I have 2 mines. But I think I'm just trying to make room for double goods. That's the reason I sold probably. Our opponent with a 2 and a 4. So they take a water and they place yellow tile number 21, completing that region of 3. We have a 1 and a 6. 6 is great. We can go over here if we need to. The 1 we just take workers. Okay, our opponent with a 5 and a 6. Okay, they take 2 goods and sell. So now there are the 2 silver, which is ideal, which is what you want. And they only have 1 tile in their storage, which is also fine. If you look at the board, so there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 water that showed up, and there's 1 and 2 mines that showed up. So I definitely want one of these mines. It's interesting because there's also 2 castles that showed up. So I could even just complete my castles over here and be done with it. I don't need to worry about castles for the rest of the game. Because I could pick up this castle, like buy this castle. I could take a mine with the 5. And with the other 5, I could even just take a ship. Let's see. Okay, I guess I decide to go for a bank here. And I go for a castle. Okay, that makes sense. So I switch it up a little. What do I do? So I buy a castle, I place the castle, I pick up the other castle, and with the 5 I take a mine. So this way of completing my castles, I'm completing my mines. Plus I still have 1 silver, so I can sell another good to take water, or I can take water from the board. So that's pretty strong. Our opponent with a 1 and a 2. Okay, so they pick up 2 buildings and they discard the animals to take a water. Okay. Let's see. 3 and a 6 for us. 3 is perfect because we can place the castle. And with the 6, I could sell the goods with the 6. Let's see. Okay, I like that move. So I place the castle, I pick up the warehouse, I immediately place the warehouse. That allows me to sell goods. I get 2 silver and I buy the water. So this way I'm all like, not only am I making space for all these double stack of goods on the board, but I'm also trying to finish this region of 4 buildings. That's really strong early. I guess it's phase C, but it's still, I would consider that early on this board. And our opponent with a 2 and a 2. Let's see. So if you notice, like, another reason that this tile is so strong for us is because this is the tile that helps our opponent finish this region. They already have a boarding house and there's another bank on the board and they already have a bank. So this was the only building that would have let them finish this region in this round. So I kind of blocked them from doing that. Okay, 2 and a 2 for them. Okay, so they are finally starting to pick up on the water race, trying to compete with us, but we are still in the lead, so I don't think we need to worry about anything yet. Okay, so I decided to take the other ship from the board because I think my reasoning is that they could have placed the boarding house and then picked up this water, and then they could have overlapped us and become first in player in turn order in phase D. And potentially they could have blocked us from finishing all our water if they kept blocking us on the water. So I did not want to give them that opportunity. So that's why I took workers and then picked up this water. Opponent with a 1 and a 3. Okay, 2 and a 5 for us. Place the mines, get that bonus, and with the 5 we place the water. Taking 2 different goods, that's really good. Our opponent with a 4 and a 6. So they are prioritizing the buildings a lot. I think they are over prioritizing buildings, which is fine, but it's not like you are completing regions with it. You're just kind of building, like committing towards these big region of buildings. But if you're going for a building strategy, you really want to get these small regions done first. I mean, in this case, I blocked them, but I would probably also pivot towards animals or start looking at the yellow tiles more. Because you can always find buildings later on in the game to fill up these regions if you really want to. You don't need to commit to it that hard early on. Okay, 4 and a 4 for us. I think we sell goods. Now I think I should just take double workers here. I don't even need to place this ship. But let's see what we do. Yeah. The reason is because I'm already 2 steps ahead of our opponent in turn order. So I'm most certainly going to try and block them from completing their region of 6 water. So I'm in no rush to place my water this early. So I probably makes sense just to take double workers here, because I can always discard this water, discard this ship next round and pick up other stuff. 6 and a 5 for our opponent. So they place the water and they also place the bank. Okay. So 3 water showed up. The tiles I'm not interested in are the mines, because I completed our mines. I'm not interested in the castle. So that's less options on the board for me to look at. The tiles that I'm most interested in are yellow tile number 15 and all these 3 waters that showed up. Because remember, I mentioned that I don't want our opponent from completing this at all. So in this case, it makes sense for me to pick up yellow tile number 15 and also pick up this water with the 4, and with the other 4 I could even go ahead and pick up yellow tile number 16. I think that's a strong move. Actually, yeah, if I pick up the other water, then I won't be able to place this tile. That's true. I have to prioritize this ship over this tile because there is an option for our opponent to buy the water, place it, jump ahead in turn order, and then pick up both the remaining water. So I did not want to give them that option. I actually go ahead and buy the other tile. Okay. I guess I'm just making the decisions easier for us. Okay, so our opponent does still jump ahead in turn order. Okay, and they have a carpenter's workshop in their storage. I have a 3 and a 6. They have a 1 and a 4. I guess they are player 1 now. Now the downside for them is that the way they have picked up these buildings, like they are not going to be able to finish this or this city this round, because like look at the buildings left on the board. There's another church and there's another bank, and they have both those types of buildings already in both these region cities. So that's really unfortunate for them. Maybe I would have prioritized putting this carpenter's workshop here. Even though you would have been left with 3 empty spaces, like that's still better than going into a new round with 2 empty buildings. I mean 2 empty city regions. So okay, 3 and a 6 for us. Okay, we place the water, and with the 6 I think we just take the cows because that's also blocking them from getting a matching pair of animals. 2 and a 3 for us. I think with the 2 we should probably just sell this good stack of goods. With the 3 I just go ahead and place the cows. It's fine. And I pick up the goats because that'll let me finish this region. Okay, our opponent takes the castle, places the cows. 2 and a 4 for us. Okay. Take workers and take workers. Okay. I could have placed the water here. I think that's an option, but I decide to just take double workers, I think. Maybe I'm cancelling it. Yeah, maybe I should just place the water. I think that's better move. Like spending a worker is fine in this case. Our opponent with a 1 and a 6. Pick up a mine, take workers for them. Okay, 2 and a 2 for us. So with the 2, I could place yellow tile number 15 over here. 2 and a 2 isn't the best roll for us. So let's see what we do. Okay. Yeah, I just place this yellow tile and I take workers. Ideally, something like 5 and 6 would have been great, but that's okay. 6 and a 6 for our opponent. It's not a good roll for them either. Okay, so it's the final round, phase E of the game. If you look at the score right now, so it's 121 to 75. Most of the difference in the score is me completing this region of 6 ships and also completing the mines and castles before our opponent. So that gives me a huge bonus lead over what they have scored so far. Okay, let's look at the buildings, and this is where it kind of doesn't pay off for them going for buildings this heavily, because they cannot place the boarding house anywhere. They cannot place this tile either. They cannot place, I guess they can place these 3 tiles. They can place these 3 tiles. They do need 2 water. They need 2 water to finish this region, and there's only 2 water that showed up. So I can block them easily by picking up one of these waters. But then I can also block them by picking up the town hall or by picking up a warehouse, because then they'll only be left with the 2 markets, and that's not enough for them to complete this region of 6 buildings. So let's see what we do. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we spend the 3 to take a water. We buy the town hall from the middle, and then we also discard that water because we have already completed our water to spend 2 workers to go ahead and buy a warehouse. And this is a complete blocking move, and it's so funny because I already have these exact type of buildings. So it's just for blocking purposes. I'm blocking my opponent from finishing this region of 6. So yeah, it's not an ideal scenario for them. I mean, they can still place the market, but it's not going to do much for them. Like, they committed 4 actions to start working towards this region of 6 buildings, and you just get blocked in the last round, so that's not ideal. Also, they need like 5 more animals to even finish the animals, and that's not realistic for them because I'll probably try and block them on that too. So just another point to note. Yeah, I think our opponent conceded at this point because there's really not much that they can do, because even if they try to go for yellow tiles, they'll have to like pick up both these yellow tiles. Both of these yellow tiles are almost useless in phase E. The only yellow tile that's beneficial is yellow tile number 16, and it's 0 points for them because they do not have any warehouse on the board right now. So yeah, really controlling their board by picking up the water and keeping at it. I think the big mistake our opponent made was in phase B, when they decided to go into phase B with 3 tiles in their storage. That really limited their options, and that meant that I could play around these ships and strategically pick them up and wait for my opponent to discard or make room in their storage for me to pick up more. So always something you need to remember. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning, there have been games where I have won, or I've seen my opponents win even without completing this region of 6 water. But in order to do so, you're doing a lot more. You're completing your animals, you are completing your yellows, or you're getting an early lead on buildings, like you finish this. You're competing with your opponent on at least one of these type of tiles. So you need to work overtime if you're not competing on water. You need to compete for a lot of other colors because you're giving up on the most important color. I guess you're not completely giving up on it. You might still try to compete for water, but what might happen is you'll have 1 water left, and in the last round your opponent will block you. But that block shouldn't be enough for them to win the game, because you have already completed your animals, or say are like 2 animals away from winning. I mean, from completing your animals, and then the decision is on them. Do they buy 2 animals and block you on that, or do they block you on the water? So you need to keep pressuring your opponent even as player 2 and make them make those difficult decisions. So that's one takeaway from this video. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this game. I think it was one-sided, and maybe my opponent just got unlucky with all the rolls that they have. But I wonder if we did a replay with these exact same tiles and I was player 2, like how I would have maneuvered this game. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.